Hey there, it's Jen, and I'm here to bring you a layout using the April mood board, which you can see here. I'm taking inspiration from that bottom middle photo that had the flowers off to the side of it. This is my first layout with the April kits, and I decided to pull out those awesome horizon pink paisley flowers and create kind of a little border of flowers on the edge of this page. So I'm using the background that's from the Chamel Sparkle City collection, and I rarely use colored backgrounds, but I just loved this purple so much and I thought it would be fun to try to use a colored background here. So what I'm doing now is just digging through all of those floral pieces, and I think most of them, there were two sets of die cuts. One came in the embellishment kit and one came in the main kit, and I'm pulling mostly from just the embellishments that had only florals in it, but I think there are a few that came from just the regular horizon embellishments as well, or die cut pack, ephemera, whatever it's called. So I am just kind of layering them up along the whole entire left hand side of the layout, and I'm just trying to balance the colors a little bit. I wanted a little bit more of that light blue that you can see in one of the die cuts. It's not really in any of the other ones, so I grabbed some little leaf pieces that are light blue and also a light blue flower. And I don't think I end up adding the light blue flower, but I do add in some other floral pieces. Most of the die cuts that I used have the white border, but I used just a few that didn't have the white border, and that was to bring in some more of that blue like I mentioned. So now I'm just trimming off the edges, and what I'm going to do is save these and kind of fill in some empty spots with the pieces that I trimmed off, and then trim them off again. And that worked perfectly to just kind of fill in those last remaining little spots. And again, I'll flip it over and trim those off. So that's a great way to use the florals. Like if you're only gonna, if not the whole thing's gonna show, make sure you cut it up and then you can use part of it on another page or somewhere else on the page. So I'm going through these awesome acetate alphabets that are exclusive to the kit, and I am pulling out some letters. My title is going to be and the photo is of my bestie, and we are at a bookstore when we were on vacation in Oregon, and there are two books she's holding up. One says How to Relax and one says How to Sit, and she is a very busy kind of person. She doesn't like to sit and she has a hard time relaxing, and so the look on her face was just perfect. So I just wanted to talk about how that's kind of her personality, but she always tells me that she's able to like finally calm down and relax when she's around me because I have a calming presence or something. So I'm going to do that. Now I decided to make a large white piece on my background because, first of all, like I mentioned, it's hard for me to use a colored background, so I wanted to break up that color a little bit, and also I wanted to create a place where I could let those acetate pieces really shine by placing them on white, because the color will really come through then. I like the idea of using the acetate on a colored background, but I didn't want to do that on this page because the bright color of them matches those florals exactly. So I am going to offset my photo a little bit, and I'm using my Xyron sticker maker here to put adhesive on the back of the letters, and that just applies an even amount of adhesive on the letters if you don't shove them in too fast and make them overlap like I did, but it ends up working out just fine. I think it would have been nice to just staple these on as well, but I just didn't think of it, and this ends up working out. So I put 3 little dots at the end as well, and I just used kind of all different colors. And I wrote my journaling and I stamped the date, and now I can get to finishing up embellishing. So I'm just pulling out different pieces from the main kit and from the embellishment kit and trying to decide what I want to do. When I was putting adhesive on the letters, I also put adhesive on some of the little heart pieces that come in that alphabet sheet pack, and I love these dimensional stickers from Dear Lizzie's new line, and I decided to use the hand that says I love you. And I just love that. It's just a fun little thing, and we do that to each other. I do it to my daughter too. I took sign language in high school and college, and so I just love that. And then I'm going to just add some embellishment kind of diagonally. So I added the layered sticker that has the camera. I also added layered stickers that had hearts to kind of go along with the acetate hearts, and I really like the way that looks. And I'm looking through the die cuts, trying to fill in a little bit more space because, as I mentioned, I want to kind of embellish on the diagonal. So I really liked the way that stamp looked, and because we're at a bookstore, and we're on vacation, I just kind of picked things that felt right to me. Whether or not they really go, I felt like they did. So the globe, because we're traveling, and the stamps felt right with travel in the bookstore as well. So I'm going to glue down that die cut of the globe, and then I'm going to use some word stickers that are from the Dear Lizzie sticker sheet that came in the embellishment add-on, and I will use a couple at the bottom, and I'm going to use a couple at the top, and I'm going to pop them up just to give it a little dimension. I have those those dimensional stickers that have 2 layers on them, so part of them are popped up, and then I have some flat die cuts, and so I wanted to pop these up on top of the flat die cuts. So I'll put a couple down at the bottom and then a couple overlapping that stamp at the top. And I do have that bee there, and I thought the bee was perfect because A, there's a ton of flowers, and B, CJ's busy like a bee, and so I thought that was a perfect embellishment. But it's funny because it seems like every time I make a layout, she's not super into flowery, pink, like really girly stuff, and she hates bugs, and it seems like I always put things on the layout that she hates, but you know what, it's my scrapbook, so I get to do what I want. So I'm trying to figure out what I can do. I wanted to add one more thing at least at the bottom. I felt like it needed just something else to bring it down a little bit more, and I looked through the die cuts, and I kind of like that the idea of adding in another stamp just to bring in that squareness and just to that same kind of shape and motif. And so I decided to add the bicycle, and I just tuck it up underneath there, and I kind of ruffled up the edges of that white cardstock, and I'm going to put some staples onto the edges of those die cut stamps, and that is going to complete my layout. I actually add a little bit of white spray mist, just kind of sprinkle it around, and that will finish it up. So I hope that you've enjoyed. I have some close-up photos coming at the end, and be sure to look at the links in the video description to see, so you can go check out these kits over on the Hip Kit Club website, and be sure to join the Facebook group where you can get lots more inspiration using these kits. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you again soon.